Hey everyone, this is Jenny Garcia, and this is the December daily final flip through. The album is done. This is the year 2021. Now I have to print the photos for December daily 2022, hopefully before December of this year starts. And I'm so glad it's a chunky boy as I usually make them. I don't know how to make a simple skinny. Well, I did it once. I think it was 2014, and it was so boring. I didn't like how it looked. I didn't enjoy it as much. Yeah, I finished it faster, but I think that this is my style and it's what makes me happy, so I'm gonna stick to it. And this album, I forgot to say, it's the Candy Red Apple from Citrus Twist Kits from the Life Crafted albums. This is 6x8. They also have 4x8 albums. They're really cute. The page protectors are good and sturdy and pretty clear. There are some page protectors that are a little milky. They have like a white film, not like film, but it's just they're not as clear as these, the scrapbook.com and stuff like that. So it's a great album, really good quality. It opens all the way, but it's also not flimsy. Even though I abuse this poor thing, it has been through a lot. And I'm going to talk about the products that I use in items, processes, and all that. If there's something I miss, let me know, and I'll get back to it. This I made with the Jingle All the Way kit from Citrus Twist Kits, and you can still get these um, uh, that's it, digital pages on their website. The alphas, they have a bunch of them. I don't know if they still have these black ones. They're really cute, and these hollies and all that are from Simple Stories, but they were part of the kit. And I used a Sussex nested die to cut this photo. This was the wreath that I had last year in my front door, and then I took the stamp that says fa la la and just stamp all around it. And for most of these I have process videos, so if there is one that you really like, I'm gonna have them. I have the December daily 2021 playlist, so you can find it there. This also was made with Citrus Twist Kits items, and I love these alphas. And the good thing about them is that they also come, as you saw here, with numbers. And there's nothing that makes me happier than alphas with numbers. And this was just pictures of my ornaments. These were the new ornaments that I got in 2021. I got a Minecraft one, actually two, some Harry Potter at not Big Lots, at Five Below, and lots of Nintendo stuff. I have 3 Christmas trees. I have a Nintendo Christmas tree, a Harry Potter one, and one that has only handmade ornaments. And I love them all for very different reasons. They're all very different, and all of them have a little bit of items made by my kids. So, and this was before December even starts. And then I have like a little envelope here, and I love this. It's been a while since I worked in this album. I started working on it, and then I moved on to my the Disney album that I finished. So I went back to it later, and then I had COVID uh, during at the end of the year and at the beginning of this year, so that just screwed everything up for me. Okay, and this little tab is it's an old product from Tumbo, but it's amazing. I love this flip. I'm glad that it worked out. And then I have this paper. These are also Citrus Twist Kits alphas. This tree is from In a Creative Bubble, and this paper was from Feed Your Craft, which was also designed by In a Creative Bubble. Now Feed Your Craft isn't around, and there's a lot of those products in here, but you can find a bunch of them in the In a Creative Bubble website, and they are under Feed Your Craft times In a Creative Bubble. And this is a photo of the Christmas tree, one with lights and one turned off with the light so you can see a little bit more. A lot of these items were made by my kids, lots of perler beads. And the awesome thing about, let me go a tiny bit closer, the awesome thing about perler beads is that they look pixelated, so they have that style down. So if you look at this Kirby and Yoshi items on top, they're perfect for this tree. My daughter, like, they always take turns and to put in the star. Maybe one will put the star and the other one will put the hat in the Harry Potter tree. And a little photo, well, actually a big photo of my little one. And I'm gonna use this official holiday photo stamp a lot. It's from Everyday Explorers, from their Holiday Seals stamp set, and it's one of my favorite things to use. I kept this tag off the banner, and that is something that I do a lot in my albums and project life. I love to keep packaging because I always say brands change, packaging changes, stores even might stop existing, which we hope never happens to Target, but it may happen. And then I took a bunch of different stamps from from Everyday Explorers, and stamped on the back instead of covering it with paper. And I just tried this, and I was like, you know what, if I screw it up, I just can't cover it with paper. And it turned out so good. I'm so pumped about how it turned out. It looks so amazing. And then we have pages with those stamps too. I also love their holiday prompt stamps. This I stamp on a sticker paper and then cut it out and just glue it there. And I love to use labels either when something is going to be too dark or too busy for me to, like, so you can see the stamp, or when I mess up and I need something to cover up, I will use a label. And I always cut a bunch of labels, whether it's from Citrus Twist Kits, from In a Creative Bubble. Back when Feed Your Craft was around, they would also send you a version of the kit digital. That was awesome. I love that. And this was just a picture of my living room and my kids decorating the tree. And we have the Free Cup Day and the start of the season with the coffee, and I went shopping, so I did a collage. And I am obsessed. At the beginning of this album, I was a little skeptic, and the reason I use these collages is because I take so many pictures. It's not even funny how many pictures I take there. It's too much. This is also from Citrus Twist Kits, but these collages allowed me to put a bunch of photos while having a lot of space. So I look how chunky it is, and I use a bunch of collages. So imagine just, and I love this because it's like a snapshot of the whole day, but it's not like a full photo or anything like that. It's like a little glimpse. And I just love, especially how this one turned out. Was pretty cool. And I have like a little journal in here that I type with my typewriter. We got more Citrus Twist Kits, and I just wrote December finally. And this is Charlotte. For those of you who are new, Charlotte is our elf on the shelf, the official Santa snitch, and she comes to our house during December, you know, and she stays with us. So this year was our first Christmas in this house. We bought a house in 2020 and they finished construction. We were able to move in at the end of January 2021. So it was our first Christmas in this house. And Charlotte was like, "Where is my room?" And she brought her little box with her teddy bear and her sweaters in there. Just inviting herself with no shame at all. It was so rude, but you know, she's like that. I use this ink, and this ink, it's so bad that it's ancient. First of all, that's awesome because it means that it, you know, it has gone through a lot of time and it still works pretty well. But I can't find it anymore. And this one is from Color Box, and it's from Teresa Collins. And I store them facing down, by the way. That way the ink is always like on the surface. But that's, if you see gold, this is what I used. Then we have day 2, and I love lots of different page sizes and stuff like that. So I love to see like a little sneak of different items in my album. That's pretty fun. This was day 2. She found a room, claimed it as hers. Again, she has no shame. And this is day 2 of the advent calendar. That's a good thing though. The first day she brought an two advent calendars. And this is just pictures of my husband. Put in the wreath. It's windy here, so you have to like put a bunch of hooks everywhere so it doesn't go flying around. And here is a close-up. She has her own wreath for her house too. And these big numbers, they are very old. I reuse a lot of my items from past years. I always get a few new items, but I love to use the new collections from In a Creative Bubble. The thing is, the last years I didn't print anything because I really wanted to use what I have, and I have a bunch of old collections, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna use that collection when I start December 2022. For now, I'm gonna use what I have. So I use a lot of stamps, and I have a video about stamping on photos that uses December Daily as the example. So if you're looking for ideas, if you want to get a little bit more confident in your stamping, especially on photos, check out that video. I love how this card turned out because it's super simple. It's one of those Studio Calico journaling cards that they just have either dot grid. Let me see if I can find it real easy. They have dot grid, and some have like notebook lines, and they're very simple. So I had no idea what to use there, and there were so many photos. I wanted a simple background so I could stamp. This was a project from Everyday Explorers, so you always want to showcase the stamps. And I picked one of those cards. So if you have something simple in your stash, if you have items that are the color palette that you're gonna follow, colors that match your Christmas tree, that match prominent decorations in your house, PJs, whatever, you can always add those to your stash. Especially if it's something old that you're like, you know what, I'm gonna give myself the challenge to use this product. Like these numbers, there were so many in that box that I'm gonna have a bunch of those forever. And then I have a 4x4 photo, and I added a little journaling. I'm gonna do a lot of handwritten journaling. Mostly it was out of laziness, but I also wanted to use, I wanted to use my handwriting. It's very personal, and I want my kids to like see it in the things that I make. Day 3 was very simple. Charlotte decorated her apartment real fast. She put pictures of my kids in her little apartment. This was super simple. This was just the card, the number, and a little star. And this and this are from Citrus Twist Kits. Okay, this one, I'm gonna have to add more adhesive to that. And these dies are, I believe, from Studio Calico. And a picture of her just lying in her bed. She went to IKEA, bought some furniture, and she was sleeping on her bed with her teddy bear. And what's here? I can't remember. Okay, these are the letters my kids wrote to Santa and the things that they wanted with the misspellings and all that. And then these templates are from Yay Day paper. They're really cute. So I'm gonna put those in an envelope, and I love this idea of the envelope, especially when it comes to cards. And I left a little space underneath that boot so I could put it there, and added just a number. And here it says letters to Santa. And I love mixing fonts. And now now that I'm on the Citrus Twist Kids creative team, I get so many alphas, which I absolutely love. And I get to mix them up. This is also from Citrus Twist Kids. I recommend if you have either a Cricut or a Silhouette, you should get their die cuts, the one that have labels. Also, you can hand cut. A lot of people love like fussy cutting and hand cutting. I hate it so much. I don't know. I just don't have the patience. But you can absolutely do that too and cut a bunch of labels. Day 5, and this was a collab with Jen from Chappy Plans. And I have this little series I haven't done in a while. I kind of like forgot. It's called Crafting with Friends, and what I do is I look for stuff from my stash and I make a little kit for my crafty friend, in this case Jen, and I send them their own little kit, and then they send me one. And this is what Leilani sent me. And these alphas, I am so obsessed with them. I used the last twos on my Christmas Eve pages, and they're up already. You can see them, and I'm still like, I'm glad I used them. But if I could get like a whole, because they're from Recollections, but I never seen them at my Michael's. But I would love to just get numbers. Then Charlotte was eating the chocolate, the expensive, not that good chocolates that we got for my oldest. She used to play in the band, and it was like a fundraising of sorts. And then I added some journaling, and I like to add either numbers. I always in Project Life do numbers, but in December Daily it's strange because everything is like the number of the day. So it's day 5. It would be strange to have like 1, 2, 3. So I just decided to go with A, B, and C. And I journal a little bit about that. And in day 6, my daughter was sick. But you know, when they are sick and by 9 a.m. they feel fine, and you know, everything goes well and they have a miraculous recovery. Yeah, that was one of those days. And yesterday was one of those days too. And I was like, I got duped, but hey. But Charlotte was not that lucky. Her room was gross, full of mosquitoes and like little boogies in her tissue, and the dog even was like, oh no, I'm not going over there, you germy elf. And this is like her bedroom, and the bottom part of that cabinet that is her house, it's like a living room. And this is more Citrus Twist kits, and it's still day 6. Here I use the number, and here I use the stamp, and I love the stamp. Is from Citrus Twist kits. I don't think they have it anymore. It's the Luna stamp. I'm gonna double check. But yeah, I love that stamp. So all the numbers are really big, and you get the number and you get the outline. And I also use that one here in number 3. Oh, I gotta fix that. You know what? I'm gonna do it when I'm done with the video. Oh, it's a little sticky. I don't want to leave it. Or maybe I can like staple it or something. Okay, so here I just use the outline. Here I have the full number, and we were decorating the Harry Potter Christmas tree, so we had a bunch of things on the floor, and just the plain tree with the Harry Potter plushies, and my little one was wearing the sorting hat. And this is how it looks. This stamp is also from Citrus Twist Kits, and this card too. Everything is Citrus Twist Kits here. And I have a QR code of her concert. Had a winter concert, and it was the first concert back, actually the first concert in middle school, and the first one back from the plague. So it was exciting and nerve-wracking and strange, and every time someone coughed in the audience, I wanted to like jump into a pool full of hand sanitizer. But which I do in a regular day. I don't need a plague to be like, ew, who's coughing? And this is a coquito recipe, and when I was very young, I used to cocoquito with my grandma, with my abuela. So every time I make it, even though this is not the recipe that she used to make, because this is like a variant that has almonds, or it's like an almond coquito recipe. I just feel close to her. I don't know, I miss her a lot, and I don't like drinking regularly. If I drink in a restaurant, it's like a smoothie with a little rum, but this is something that I love to drink. Let me just put something to cover the back of that photo, and then we have day 7 and 8. And these are old ones from an old kit. I don't think things happen those days that I only have Charlotte. And on the 9th day, she hugged my plant and killed it with her magic elf blood. It wasn't me overwatering it, it was Charlotte. And here we have the wrapping paper. So I wanted to do this, and I go back and forth. I'm like, I love it, and then I'm like, eh. But then I'm like, you know what? I actually like it. It's very busy, even though I tried to find a background that was like pretty muted compared to the little presents. Yeah, it's still a lot. But I just took a picture of, you know, the bags and the tags with the paper. And then this, I love using this Nebula Ranger medium. It comes in a little jar in this number. I have a bunch of these numbers cut out in vellum in this size, and these lights are from Spellbinders. And Charlotte put a bunch of Kit Kats in a little cup and thought that that would make a smoothie. My daughter was looking at her like, not the smartest person. This is from In a Creative Bubble slash feed your craft, and I just did a little typing. And day 11 was ornament day. I had Charlotte made a huge craft bar, but it's a lot. It was too much. There was a mess, and I would recommend bringing it down a notch. And I love how I made this. I took a transparency and I just made circles, and I had pictures of the ornaments, and some were pretty empty. This one just says December memories. And I use Sisik's nested circle dice for that. Here I have another collage, and I use, for making collages, I use Pick Stitch. I was gonna say Picked Up Go, always get them confused. Pick Stitch. And there are so many different combinations you can put that you have 8 photos, and then you can see the many options that you have. You can also use Canva, whatever works for you. I've been using Pick Stitch for a very long time. We always do like a little photo shoot of the kids with the holiday props, and this year Charlotte brought a few more. And I wanted to use this card and put the 12 like highlighted, but I also put this one here, and these were the numbers for 2021, I want to say. But you can also cut them in print and cut from in a creative bubble, which I might do that, but I don't like the black. I prefer the red and the green. So you can always change the colors too. I have a video about doing that to digital items, just switching colors. This one, my daughter just wrote a little story while she was driving in the car about like waiting in Walmart for the groceries. So I just put it in this pocket. And Jen sent me these stickers that have like cars and Christmas trees, and my car is like it's kind of like a wagon like that, and it's red, so I thought that it was so perfect. And I love this photo because you can see Charlotte here, but you can see my little one back there, and here is the opposite. You can see my phone, my little one, and Charlotte. And Charlotte was playing with my iPad, you know, doing a little self-portrait. Here you can see a little bit of her house. She has a chair and a little table. My sister came that year to stay with me and her 2 kids. So we were cleaning the house like we'd never lived here before. And they were cleaning too, or so they were trying to trick us into thinking. And I got this cool tree skirt for the handmade tree, and I love it so much. It's just perfect for it. It has a unicorn, a roller skate, a dinosaur, a pig with antlers. So cute. Pizza. And this is how the whole tree looks. And this star kind of like has a light, like a ball, it's like a disco ball that kind of rolls on the top, and it illuminates the whole thing. This is a filter from the app, and these stars too, from a color story app from the Bokeh section. And here are the instructions to make a little ornament that the school sent, and inside, I didn't want to show it, it has like a thank you note from the PTA, and I added some sequins down here. I have a few videos about making your own sequin mixes if you need inspiration. And this card is from L Studio, and I love this card. I would buy 20 of them and use them every single year. I love it so much. And here you can see like a glimpse of the quirky, and in this tree also, besides being about the handmade ornaments, there's also a bunch of quirky stuff that it's not Nintendo, it's not Harry Potter, so it ends up in this tree. And it's like a mix of everything. I don't think it's so hard to appreciate on a photo, but it's so much fun. And it has super old ornaments from where my oldest was in pre-K and kindergarten, and now they are they're 14, and what grade is it? Oh my god, it's ninth. I get confused because back at home you finish middle school on ninth grade, but here you start high school on ninth grade. It's confusing, but yeah. And the white, for the white and black, I always use the Tsukineko. They're both from the brand Tsukineko, but this is Brilliance and this one is Stays On. And for the colors, and the colors that I use the most are Poppy and Fresh Cut, both from Studio Calico, and I just love these. Those are my two favorite colors to use. I use them here, and most of the stamps are from either Feed Your Craft or Everyday Explorers. Here, this card is from In a Creative Bubble, and we got some of these lights that you can like show, like project onto your house. But first, she tried it on inside, and it looked really cool. I actually love how that looks inside the house too. I would have all the lights off and just put the twinkle lights everywhere. I don't have to put anything here, so I wanted to cover it, and I did these flippy pockets, and I always put them like a little higher than they would if I didn't, you know, have the flip pocket. And I cover this with washi tape. Oh, and Leilani, no, not Leilani, goodness, Jen sent me these stickers. Did I say Jen earlier, or I said Leilani? I did one with Leilani too, but it wasn't a holiday one. But these are so cute, and I wanted to use 2 red cups because I had coffee and my little one had hot cocoa. Sorry about that. And I wanted to reflect that. And then Santa passed with the fire department near our house, and I took a blurry, super awful photo. It's so bad, but I love it. It captures the excitement of the moment and the movement, and it's very futurism, where you, like, if you don't know, it's a movement in art where one of the main things to capture is movement and speed and mechanics and all that. And here I layer a bunch of stickers. This is how my house looked on the outside. This is one of the little ornaments that Charlotte got for Ornament Day, but we didn't get to it, and my daughter made it, and she sewed on the little Santa, and it turned out super cute. And here I kept the instructions. One thing that I love doing, when I was little, I saw a kit like this somewhere that you can make them. I think I made them, but I never put them in my tree because my mom was like super prissy and it looked awful because I was a child. But it reminded me of those ornaments, and I love that I get to use like a little, these are the vertical 4x6 from Snap from Simple Stories, so it fits perfect. I love this size. I need to get a few more. And this page protector is from Citrus Twist Kits, and it's a little Animal Crossing fanfic about the holidays that my little one wrote. So I took pictures and I printed them in small size. This is Gingerbread House Day, and I love how this turned out. I'm so happy that I waited quite a few days to put this inside my album because I was like afraid that it was gonna get squished and it was gonna lose the volume, but it's really set in there. but I waited honestly so many days that when I took the photos, I almost forgot and I had to take the pictures again. And I was like, oh my god. But I made, if you ever made cookies, you know that you put the icing on a sleeve and then you like write, decor, whatever. So I made a tiny one and I used texture paste from Ranger to make this piping, and I was so pumped with myself because it turned out so cute. It just turned out so awesome. And I love how I made this little card right here. It's the same ones from Studio Calico. The background is from Pretty Little Studio, and Pretty Little Studio has a bunch of really good holiday collections and items, including the little, and I can't believe that I haven't talked about that because I use them all the time, the little word stickers. And you know, these alphas are also from Pretty Little Studio. I use them a lot. Charlotte got a little kid that had 4 little houses, so both of my kids and my niece and my nephew got to make a little house, and they were all so different, and it was a really cool experience. Last year we made a mansion, and we ran out of like everything. It was way too big. It was a monstrosity. I think that I would like to get back to these super tiny little houses. And I love this photo of the house and my nephew in the background because he's very shy. So he's very, I don't think he loves photos either. And here we have more photos. It was a bunch of photos. So if I were to do these in like 3x4s and 4x6, it would be so many pages. So it also saved me a lot of work. And I love this marker right here. It was super simple. These little jars are from Crepe Paper, very old collection called Cocoa and Snow. Snow and Cocoa. Snow and Cocoa? Yeah, it was Snow and Cocoa. Unless I'm messing that up, but decided to like leave the background like that. That was from my daughter's school. They had a little calendar to show Spirit Week attire and stuff like that. I had to add the 20 in case that jar wasn't too obvious. And this is a 12x12 page protector that I cut 4x12 and then I folded this in half, and it's supposed to be like a sandwich, like you get the jar, then you get this, and you get this, and you get the whole thing. These are tags from the socks, and I believe from one of the shirts, and I like how I staple that here into the page, and I made like a little shaker pocket. It turned out pretty cute. And then I have more photos, including this dancing photo of my kid. Let's close the sandwich. And on day 21st, my little one had ugly sweater day, and I kept the tag. I love how this figure craft card fit with the whole earthy Minecraft theme. I use what I think these are from Ali Edwards, these tags, but it comes with 2, so you're supposed to like sandwich them, and I only used one side because I didn't want to cover this, but it turned out so cool. I love it. This is my family. That's my sister and my niece and my little one and my oldest. Some journaling and a bunch of items that my husband brought from his trip, very short trip to Puerto Rico. And then on day 22nd, my oldest had ugly sweater, and then the little one had like festive shirt, or I don't know, something where she wore that unicorn, holiday unicorn shirt. It was super simple day. And then day 23, we had a lot of things because it was their last day before winter break. And they were supposed to wear pajamas to school, which they did. And we got more of the Pretty Little Studio stickers right here everywhere. We got stamps, these holiday seals from Everyday Explorers. There's so many that they keep like swimming in my head. This one is from Feed Your Craft, and it was a cooking set. It's a day with bunch of photos of the process of the cookies, the recipe. I loved adding the recipe this way. This turned out so cute. Love these eggs that my friend Tina sent me, that she got from Dollar Tree, and I never seen those at mine, so might be a fluke. Part of this mix was from Citrus Twist kits with the little cookies, and I thought it was perfect for it. But I did mix it with another of my sequin mixes. I do that a lot, mix the mixes, but it does save a lot of time instead of being here and be like, okay, a little bit of red, a little bit of green, like I already have it, and if there's a color that I want to exclude, I'll just push it to the side. Or I use this bead scooper. It's a bead scooper, and I got this idea from Serena B. She always used these when she was making her mixes or making her shaker pockets. And yeah, so all I gotta do is choose whatever I want. And I added this cookie later because I forgot I had it. These are tags from Studio Calico. I don't know if they have them anymore. They had them in their closeouts, so I don't know if they still have them. I love this photo with the 3 different kinds of cookies, and that's what it's called, Cookie-thon, because I always try to make a few different recipes, and I use the Studio Calico ledger label stickers to write the kind of cookie that it was, and then some Lala Shiva stickers that I made with sticker paper. This paper is from Yay Day paper, and these are just photos of my daughter's holiday party. And I put that in the little label over here. And these baggies are from Recollections. You can find them at the party section. And then I just added some die cuts. This is from Yay Day paper too. This die is amazing. It's a nested die from Scrapbook.com. And I like the contrast. It's soft, but then you have the tree. It's like, well. And I just wanted to add a marker for day 24. So I have this 3x8 card from Studio Calico with the Jack number stamp. And it's a 6x8 number stamp. And I just wanted to add a little journaling too. That day they open the Pusheen box. And here are more Lala Shiva items. Just first impressions of the Pusheen box. But Charlotte also got us PJs for Christmas, and I love this little layout, how it turned out, the collage. This is still growing on me. Like, I'm learning to love it, but at the same time, sometimes I'm like, oh no, it's tangled. Oh no, what a mess. What is this? What's happening? So I don't know, it depends on the day. I like the idea, the concept, but it just didn't turn out as well as it was in my head. And I have a little photo of my niece because she does makeup, so she was doing her own makeup, and my little one was looking at her like, I want some of that makeup too. So she put a little makeup on her that was like holiday-ish, because my niece asked her, what colors do you want? She's like, I want red and green like Christmas. That was her modeling, and my oldest modeling the shirt and the socks from the Pusheen box. This little shaker pocket for the the basically the marker of the day. And these tags are quite old. They're from Target, and the numbers from Recollections. And this is what I was like, oh my god, I used them, but I'm glad, but can I pop out more from somewhere? And I like how we stipple this. It stays in one side. You can add a photo to the other side, or pattern paper, or you can even like fuse around the star if you like it better that way. Or days of the 20, photos of the 24th. My niece took a picture in the Nintendo tree. Then we have pictures over here of the handmade tree, and my little ones, my kids, took pictures of with the Harry Potter tree. And this is that same awesome gold ink. Love these photos. And then this was with the same Ranger Nebula little gel that I used. These were I cut with vinyl, and the stars too. I like how it turned out. At the beginning I wasn't sure, but now looking back I like it. And I added this, which I found at Target in the decorating section a few years ago. And then we have blurry photo. To get a photo like that, just put you have your phone, and your tree is right here. Make your phone focus on your hand, and then remove your hand real quick and snap the photo. Sometimes when you have the newer versions of the iPhone, it will focus really hard, so you will have to go to the settings and change that, and change the out of focus mode and turn it off. Here we have another awesome collage with our families. I have a picture with each of my kids, with my kids and my husband, with both of them. And I like that we're both looking at my little one, because again, she's always doing something weird that requires people to look at her like, what? And my kids, my sister with my nephew and my niece, and this holiday prompts from Everyday Explorers. I love those. And I love this. It's chaotic, but in a very wholesome, cool, happy way. It's busy. It's loud. Like, I love it. And then I have a few of my favorites in the 4x6 size, and I stamped on a few of them. I added, a little bit of embellishing. One thing that I forgot was to add a QR code, so I may print that later and put it here, since it's one of the few spaces during Christmas that it's empty. And then we have, did I put 24? I can't believe I did that. I'm gonna switch it. Goodness, yeah, I'm gonna switch it. Wow, I was really tired when I was working on this. Then we got more pictures. Again, I took so many pictures. And on the back, I had this collage of my niece and nephew that they live back in Puerto Rico. And I sent them those jammies, I think the year before, but they didn't fit. So now this, in 2021, they did fit. And they were wearing it. And this is way too busy. I planned it that way, but then I was like, whoa, that's too much. And for me to say that something is too much, that's too much. And then a few extra photos here of my oldest. I can add it here too. And the presents that I sent my niece. And I forgot to take pictures of the presents that I sent my nephew. I know that I sent him this airplane and something else. And my sister sent me these photos, and I added them to the album. And this is just extra stuff. I also have this Amazon, from the Amazon catalog. I don't know why I loved it so much. And again, it has, the Amazon like holiday toy list and all that. So the little box, so that's something that in the future might be reminiscent of that. I put this in here just to keep them in place while I had a place to put them, and then I decided they look perfect like that. But this is the Starbucks packaging, and then I have, you know, from the concerts, I have the names of the kids here. I have from the catalog stuff that they marked. I have cards. I have a lot of items here. So it's extra packaging that didn't make it into the main album, but it's there and it looks pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. It's a very long one, but I just wanted to show the whole thing, and I had so much fun making it, and just looking at it, it makes me so happy. It was such a good season, and it's such a happy, bright, busy, weird album that it's very representative of what our family is. So I really love it. This is one of my favorite projects ever. Every year I'm like, oh man, it's so much work, and I spend, you know, time and money making it, but it brings me so much joy to do it too. If I was a faster scrapbooker, oh my god, I would go back and make more. But let me know what was your favorite part. If you want to see any of these process videos, they are in the playlist, and I'm going to remember to link it below if you have any questions about products too. In every process video, I have the items link that I use. Most of them are affiliate links. You don't have to use them, but they do help a lot. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see what you guys make too. Have an awesome day. Bye.